Going on, Falcon fan? This your boy Ricondo. Come back at you with another video. So today the Falcons maybe finalize their roster going into the Inks week. Um, so we'll have to just see if they decide to make any moves. So we'll discuss that today. But guys, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell so you know I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys like to hear what I talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So like I said, guys, I think the way the Atlanta Falcons and the front office and the coaching staff maneuvered this roster in the last 2 days, I thought was real savvy how they did it. Guys that they knew that they wanted to bring back, guys that they knew that was going to actually probably end up on injury reserve. The way they maneuvered it, getting all the players they wanted, picking up guys off waivers, etc., bringing back their guys that they needed on the practice squad. I thought it was a fantastic job by the Atlanta Falcons. And today, I think, like I said, maybe it's final going into the Saints week, getting ready for those guys. So the first thing they did was they put 5 guys on the IR. Deanna Jones, which was kind of actually surprising a little bit because I thought Deanna Jones was back. I don't know if he still got something to do with his shoulder injury or not. However, it still could, giving Deanna Jones time to get back into player shape. Remember, he only played that 1 week, a training camp. So Deanna Jones coming back, um, getting back up to speed, um, giving him, because remember, all these guys got to be out at least 4 weeks that they did put on the IR. So giving him that 4 week time span to actually get back in and then reevaluate in 4 weeks and see if he's ready to go. So like I said, real surprising by Deanna Jones, but however, he was one of the guys. Another guy that really wasn't too surprising, but was hoping that he could actually ramp it up slowly without going on the IR. That's Isaiah Oliver. We knew he was not 100% back to go yet. However, they decided to put him on IR, which means he again won't be available until week 5. Have to sit out the 4 weeks on IR. I don't know if this week counts or not, so we have to look at that because this week, it's by the end of the week though, so probably more than likely, like I said, to week 5, he had to come back. Isaiah Oliver, Marlon Davidson is another guy. Not surprising about him. We didn't know how serious his injury was. We know he had a procedure done. He missed the last couple of weeks of training camp. So a guy like Marlon Davidson is definitely, hopefully he gets well. We got to see Marlon Davidson on the field. In my opinion, this is his last go around with the Atlanta Falcons. If he don't show anything this year, I could definitely see him not being back with the team. Jaylen Mayfield, guy that had lower back issues in training camp. Of course, he actually ended up losing his starting left guard position to Elijah Wilkinson. But however, like I said, a young draftee from last year that hopefully can turn his career around as well. We always want to see that jump from year 1 to year 2. Hopefully he get back. And then last but not least, John Fitzpatrick. Our tight end. Did not see a whole lot of him during the offseason program. Was recovering from an injury that he had as well. But the Falcons wanted to keep him on the roster. That's why they actually signed him to the 53-man roster, understanding that they knew he was going on the IR here soon. Like I said, all these guys can be back in 4 weeks. So we just have to wait and see. Put these guys on the IR, knowing they're not going to be able to contribute, to this team until a certain amount of time. So like I said, I thought that was smart on the behalf of the Atlanta Falcons. And in doing that, they was able to bring in 5 guys. Odell Anderson, a guy who played very well in the last preseason game, stayed in the backfield. I thought he was one of the guys. Thought he had played his way onto this Falcon 53-man roster. But like I said, the Falcons, knowing the situation, knowing some of the guys they keep, having the idea that they'll be able to bring back a guy like Odell Anderson. Nick Kakwasi, a surprising cut. The veteran linebacker He was had issue, recovering for injury as well during the off season program, but I think he's back to full. So a guy like him coming in, showing that veteran presence in that linebacker room, it's good. Kobe Gossick, guy did not that did not even play in the last preseason game, coming back. Um, Filling in for a guy like Jaylen Mayfield, adding to the offensive line depth. Of course, they're bringing in the offensive tackle that they signed off the waivers yesterday as well is a good thing. And then the last two guys that they actually cut yesterday to bring in those two guys off waivers is Dean Marlowe and Mike Ford, bringing those guys back as we expected. Had to wait till all the roster moves. Arthur Smith mentioned it by Friday. Hopefully, we'll have an idea of what this team is going to look like going into week one. And then he also signed two more guys to our practice squad, tight end Anthony Fersker and tight end Tucker Fitz. We know Arthur Smith loved his tight ends. The idea of how they utilize the practice squad now is a good thing. You can actually bring guys up from the practice squad, um, on your active roster and game day and things like that. So um, I love the way the Falcons once again utilized these last 2 days to shape the first 53-man roster going into week one. Um, we know it's going to change again. That's just how they've been doing since they've been here. Remember last year bringing in Mike Pennell, Anthony Rush in the middle of the season, letting guys go in the middle of the season last year. Um, if you can't if you think you're safe and you stop showing that you want to compete to be on this team, I think the Falcons don't have any problems finding somebody else that do want to compete. That's just the nature of the beast. We've seen it, like I said, for the last 2 years. Once again, I thought this was a savvy way and creative way to actually maneuver the roster around to get the guys that they wanted, on their 53-man roster, keeping the guys that they did not want to cut, knowing that those guys was going to go on the IR, being able to bring them back at some point in time this season to actually help this team win football games. So once again, kudos to the Falcon front office, kudos to the Falcon coaching staff. Now that this roster is set, let's enjoy our weekend. Everybody relax, get ready, and get back here um, starting Monday and get ready for those Aints. Um, one game at a time. Remember what I said yesterday. So, guys, let me know what you think about our initial week one 53-man roster. What you like, what you don't like. Give me your thoughts on Deanna Jones, Isaiah Oliver, guys like that. Marlon Davidson, Jaylen Mayfield, a lot of those guys that went to the IR. Do you think it's going to hurt the team that those guys is not going to be able to contribute in these first 4 weeks? Or do you think we're good because of our reliable depth on this team in some of those positions? And this is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.